Hi, yeah, well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an exciting week for you because you just put out your EP. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been a very good week. Nice to have it out.
Yeah, did you have any celebrations or how did you celebrate its release?
Um, I got I got given some flowers and I ate my favorite pizza yesterday, and that was really nice and had a lot of kind messages. So nothing too crazy. We're celebrating like the release with a launch in 2 weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. It's nice that people have sent you some nice messages about the release as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, so can you tell us some of the inspirations behind this EP?
Yeah, definitely. So musically, the EP was inspired kind of by like the Phoebe Bridgers' Stranger in the Alps record and a lot of Soccer Mummy and City and Colour, especially his song Woman. We kind of wanted to encapsulate that, like the idea of having that atmosphere carry the emotion as opposed to just relying on the lyrics, even though the lyrics are quite emotional. Um, so yeah, it was musically inspired by that, and then lyrically, they were kind of songs that were just written over the last 8 years now, that kind of encapsulated who I was between that period. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that your lyrics are emotional, and I guess one of the ways your songwriting has been described is as personally honest. So how do you approach writing lyrics about like loss, abandonment, isolation?
Mm. I think that I kind of approach it with this mentality of that like secrets aren't good for the soul and that you have to, li lies aren't good, they make you sick, and that you have to say what you're feeling. And yeah, I don't know. I never really think about how dark they are until someone is hearing the songs or reading the lyrics and they look at me with a concerned face and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But yeah, I I am grateful to be able to articulate the negative or challenging feelings that I do have.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
a really great outlook to have, and it's great that you're in the position where you can share those on such a public platform as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel quite lucky.
Yeah. And you worked with Jonathan from Cry Club for this release. So can you tell me more about like how that came about and how that collaboration was?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a collaboration that I am incredibly grateful to have been in. One of my friends who play music in Nam, Eaglemont, they introduced me to Jono in I think 2021 or so when she was working on a project with him. And then I went in for a test session, which is where we recorded Half Unconscious. And um, yeah, being neurodiverse, like Jono could just he says that a lot of people around him are neurodiverse. Um, and he really knows how to facilitate a space in which you can communicate what you're thinking, and he can really pick up on that and collaborate to make those ideas happen. As unsensical as they often feel in the moment, he always puts in such work to make sure that you're understood. So yeah, it was a very rewarding collaboration. He's, yeah, a really beautiful person. I think he's the only man that I know, and I'm very grateful to know him by choice.
Yeah, it sounds
Mm.
like a really natural collaboration. It feels like you guys were the perfect fit for yourselves, but also the project you've put out as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And speaking of like the overall project of the EP, I love the title "Please Leave Quietly" because it kind of like explores the two themes of like resignation but also acceptance. So tell me more about this
Mm.
title, why you feel that represents the whole project.
I think that at the all of the songs in the EP are kind of written from a very isolated perspective. And from a perspective in a place that I was in a couple of years ago, I guess, and still emerging out of, where I was in this mentality, whether it was happening or not, but I was in this mentality that, everyone's going to leave. That is what it is. And that's what kind of all of the songs were written from. Like they were all written from a perspective of like everyone's going to leave. That's just what happens. And so when I thought about what the five songs in the EP encapsulate, I was like, they all encapsulate a feeling of isolation and abandonment. And yeah, I don't know. I'm such a people pleaser through and through that Please Leave Quietly is me almost trying to take a stand of like, I know you're gonna leave and that's so okay and you're so valid in leaving. Please leave if that's what you want. But please just do it quietly because I'm tired of people leaving and leaving too much of a stain on me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Does that make sense?
it definitely does make sense. And I feel like that's what's going to make this project so relatable for others as well. Because
Mm,
we've all been through it, but then to have someone with music out there that you can listen to it and relate to as well.
thank you.
And the music video for Tendencies, I love that. And I saw that you also co-directed it. So tell me about that
Yeah.
and how you like visually portray the messages as well.
Thank you so much. I am so, so, so happy with that music video. I feel so lucky that it happened. I yeah, co-directed it with Nick Jameson, who's one of my close friends and a fellow like trans MB person. And yeah, I felt so, so, so lucky on every single one of my music videos for the EP, like Rough Hands, Half Unconscious and Tendencies, but Tendencies especially, they've all been made with this kind of diehard reliance on community because the whole project is self-funded. So it all kind of depends on how much kindness people have space, or not kindness, but time that people have space to give. Um, and yeah, it was just like a vision that I had about a year ago where I was like, I think it would be really um suitable for me to be chased by a clown. And then it turned out to be that I'm the clown, which is like the whole premises of the video. And so I kind of came up with um the narrative for the story, and then Nick helped kind of bring it to life because I'm not much of a film person beyond year 12 film and TV. So yeah, they made that all happen, and yeah, I'm so grateful for their talent and whatnot. And yeah, we co-directed it because I was like, I know that I won't have all of the capacity to be on the tools completely when we're filming. So yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like it was incredibly fun as well. Like obviously, just watching the music video, even though it explores dark themes, it just looks fun and yeah, it looks like a wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that particular song, like it does explore topics of self-worth, and you are quite a young artist. So I'd love to hear like how that plays into like, finding, your own foot and your own spot in the music industry as an emerging young artist.
Mm. Um, yeah, there is a lot of trials and tribulations with self-worth in that song. Um, it it's a very challenging spot to be in, I think, as an emerging artist because um yeah, it's sometimes a bit difficult seeing all of the amazing people around me who just seem so self-assured. But then as I've kind of gotten older and have gotten to know them more and um, have become more comfortable in the community, it's become apparent to me that a lot of people struggle with self-worth, and release day is often the hardest day of, well, not for everyone, but for some of my friends in the community is like the hardest day of all of them to kind of to feel secure and to feel like you have self-worth. Um, so yeah, it's challenging, but it's definitely the feelings of, lack of self-worth as a musician, I think are quite universal within my community at least.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said earlier, it's great that you've got that platform where you can share that and kind of in a way be a bridge to bring that community that you've mentioned closer together as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and lastly, you mentioned you've got the EP launch coming up. So tell us what you have in store and what people can expect from it.
I'm super duper uber excited for the EP launch. It's happening on the 19th of April at the Old Bar in Naarm in Fitzroy. And it is going to be me and my beautiful band playing. We're headlining, and well, obviously it's our launch. And then we have Baby Shower, who are one of my all-time favorite bands. The main support, and then we have mutual friends of former lovers playing as well, who are quite a new band, but I know their guitarist Ollie, who we actually opened for G Flip together like 2 years ago or something. So it'll be really cool to see him and to play the show. And there will be a lot of special guests and collaboration, and hopefully everyone in the audience can feel the community as much as we can on stage as well. Because I'm a sucker for a special guest. I can't go a show without having someone come on stage. Planned, of course, as much as it might not seem it.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. It sounds like it's going to be a very fun, exciting, wholesome night.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yes, obviously you've got that. And what do you have planned for like the rest of the year? Because obviously, like I know you just put out your EP, but people obviously want to see more from you, hear more from you.
Mm. Well, I'm going to keep on keeping on with Jono, and then I'm really hoping we can play some interstate shows later on this year. My fingers are crossed for that. Um, but yeah, other than that, to be seen by both me and everyone else.
Yeah, wonderful. Well,
Mm.
thank you so much for your time. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the EP, and I look forward to seeing where you go to next.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.